Good evening, everybody. So welcome to GEG Amman's first live webinar session. My name is Georgina, and I'm the GEG leader, and I am joined today by my fellow colleague Mutassem Keswani, who is a Google certified education trainer also, who is co-hosting with me. We did run into some technical difficulties being able to stream our Hangout together through this YouTube live studio. However, he is with me on the call, and if you have any questions in Arabic, then please feel free to post them, and he's happy to respond in Arabic. And we will get started. So the other thing that I'm going to do is if everybody could please just post in the chat session on the right where they're joining us from and their name so that we can include you in the session today. And I'm going to pop in the links on the comment section the agenda for today so that you can have that. And then we can go through it together. Hello, مساء الخير. عربي شوية. My Arabic is a little bit left. I need to practice my Arabic, but please go ahead and introduce yourself, and Mutassem will help me in Arabic. Welcome to our viewers. Very exciting. So did everybody get the agenda okay? Can you click on the link? Please just comment in the chat session if you can access the link okay. Hi, Heba, welcome, nice to see you. That's wonderful. Heba, tell us where you're joining us from. So we'll just give it a few more minutes to see if there will be other people joining us. I know we started a little bit late, and I really apologize. Actually, we should have some viewers from our American and British schools joining us this evening from Amman in Jordan. And so it's really important that we keep good timing. So apologies for myself. Just with some technical difficulties getting started this evening, but we hope to iron out those technical difficulties before next time. So that's great. So Heba is my colleague at International Community School, and she's joining us from her mother's house. Thank you for joining live. Heba, can you access the Google agenda that I posted in the live chat for everybody? If everybody wants to open up the Google Doc, it basically has the agenda for today's webinar series. 4 little points, just to keep it nice and short, especially since we started a little bit late this evening. We have our welcome introductions, and we're going to go through a few of the product updates as well from G Suite. And we're going to take a look at a couple of items from Google Classroom tips and tricks, and then we'll finish off with some question and answers. So just to get started then, we are 4 viewers total. I hope everybody can access the Google Doc. If you could please just type in the comment section to the right, just to make sure. I have the Google Doc agenda open, but I only see 1 person has accessed it. I just want to make sure everybody can follow along. This is officially my first live YouTube session, so I'm really excited. I'm also currently in the middle of trying to find out where the share screen is. We were successfully able to do that through the Google Hangouts, to join each other together and then to share each other's screen. But it looks like in YouTube Studio that I'm not able to locate the button. So we're going to try and get on that as well. Mutassem, maybe if you can figure that out and pop that in chats, that would be awesome. For the time being, we will get started then. So introducing GEG Amman. Really excited to welcome everybody today. This is the first Google Educator group in the country of Jordan, possibly in all of the Middle East. And so I'm really excited to be participating and sharing with all the educators around the country and beyond, as there may and will eventually be others that will join us from outside of Jordan as well. So the Google Educator Group is basically a program put together from Google for Education in place for people to join who are advocates or users or all of the above for G Suite for Education in schools and organizations, nonprofit mostly. So we are excited to bring you the monthly updates webinar series, which starts today, and we will host it on the last Thursday of every month. We'll take feedback from our viewers because obviously this session is all about you. And so if this time worked well, we'll continue with that at 7 p.m. here in Jordan, so GMT +2. And then if we need to find a different time, I know traffic's a little crazy in Jordan, so if we need to switch that, then we can definitely do so. Basically, we wanted to have this group available so that people could learn about different updates from G Suite. They have product updates regularly, so it's a nice chance to review all of the updates, share some tips and tricks, and have some questions to support you guys because it's all about you. So GEG Amman, our group, is growing, and it's located in Amman, Jordan. And hopefully, as we grow with Google across the country, we can invite more and create, develop more Google Educator groups in the region too. So there's lots of chance for growth there. And as far as who can participate, it's basically anybody who's interested in starting with G Suite for Education at their school organization, or maybe you've been using it already for a while and you would like to learn how to implement it on a larger scale, more innovatively in your classroom. So as long as you're interested to get your Googliness on, then we are here to help support in that process. Our Google for Education group, Amman's vision is very simple. It is the hashtag Grow with Google, and that's basically what we want to do. We want to help everybody with their Google knowledge and skills and promote that across your schools. So if you have any questions as we go throughout the session, please feel free to post them in the comment section in Arabic or in English, and we'll be happy to support you. So the first G Suite update that we've listed in the agenda is called the What's New in G Suite for October. And G Suite actually, if you click on the link, it actually gives you an update of everything that happened in the month of October. So it's really well laid out from G Suite. You can scroll through its 24-page PDF. And this is in case you'd like to review anything that was updated during the month of October. So yeah, you can take a look at that on your own time. And the second update is called Instant G Suite. So that was released on the 29th of October. So a really great thing about Google is they're always trying to find the newest way for productivity to help Google users. So there's a new feature now where you can create files really easily from the Chrome browser just by entering the app.new, and it will open it for you. So you can even give that a test now. Just open up a new tab in your browser. For example, type in doc.new, and it will open up a new Google Doc window for you. So this is a really great feature that could be easily accessible, especially for our younger students in education who you may not want to waste time going through the Google Drive, etc. Not that it takes that much time, but any little a few seconds or minutes definitely helps save time. So the way the agenda is laid out as well in this product update, we have the update and the date that it was released for domains to use, and then a little brief description. And then the next two columns on the right-hand side are a video resource and the Google Help web link where you have all the instructions. Oh, we have a question or comment in Arabic. Thank you so much. So Tassim is live with us, and he will be able to help you with that question. Okay, so for those of you who are following along then, with regards to the Instant G Suite, you have a video resource there that you're welcome to click on to watch the video to get started to learn how to use those features more. Okay, thank you, Mutassim. That's brilliant. I definitely need to learn to read Arabic better. This is definitely going to be a goal for 2020. Speak better Arabic and learn to read and write better Arabic. All right. I'm definitely in the right country. They speak Arabic here, so this is a good start. Okay, so update number 3 is the live captions in Hangout Meet now, which is available on iOS. So if you click on any of the links that are there, it will take you to the information to help you get started. There's GIFs, there's images, there's videos walking you through how you can add live captions to the Hangouts. So really, really great too. Google's always trying to provide options available for Android users and iOS users. So it's really, really brilliant update. Okay, the next update a little further down is the Google Sheets course through Coursera. This is really exciting. This is one of a few courses now that I think G Suite has listed through Coursera. Coursera is a platform that offers online courses for users to take, and Google's partnered with them to do a few through them. For myself, there's a course in there for admin users for Google, and I certified through Coursera for my Google admin course as well. So that's super helpful. This course is $29 US for you to take, but it's really interactive. There's a text, multiple choice video, and I highly recommend it if you'd like to brush up on your Google Sheet skills. So definitely that's available for you. And the link is embedded in the description, so you can just click on it and it will open in the right-hand side. For those of you who are new to Coursera, Coursera is a platform which will require for you to log in. So you can create a login, and then it houses all of the data for the courses that you took and your certifications. Okay, any questions on the right? Okay, thank you, Mutassim, for translating. And I apologize, you have to look at my face through this call. I really thought I was going to be able to share my screen. Actually, it says in Google, when we search the help desk, that we can share our screen through YouTube Live, but I actually am not able. If anybody does know that, this totally is a sharing and learning session for everybody, and that includes for myself since YouTube Live is brand new for me. So please do go ahead if you manage to figure out screen sharing so I can share the agenda with all of you as I'm going through it. Okay, the other feature that is not mentioned in the agenda today, but I would like to bring to your attention, is the hover feature in Google Docs. I'm not sure when they're going to actually release it, or if it was in one of the previous ones and I may have missed it. But now, if you actually click on a link that is embedded inside, it adds actually a hover pop, so it actually gives you the image, the background image, and the link, and you can click on it, or you can edit it, or you can copy it if it's something that you've embedded. This feature is really nice if you have something that you have created. So for example, if you have created like this agenda, and you would like to share it with everybody, if you hover over the agenda link, it would actually also tell you if there were changes made to the document since the last time that you had opened it. It also tells you who is the owner of the document as well, so it's super helpful, especially for those creatives out there who are using HyperDocs, which is a Google Doc that is interactive with lots of embedded images and links. So with the links specifically, this will help people have a fast gaze through to see what's been updated since the last time they were there. Okay, and please do let me know if I'm talking too quickly. And we can definitely slow it down a little bit. Okay. The next G Suite for update is called the Google Slides customization. This is where you're able to actually personalize caption text size and also the position when you're in presentation mode. So once you, as the educator or your students, have created the Google Slides presentations, they will be able to actually click on the edit tools when you're in the editing stage, and you can move. So for example, if you have the presenter notes on the bottom, you can actually now move it to the top. I'm trying to be a little bit visual so that you understand a little bit, since I can't link in my agenda today. But yeah, basically that editable part for the speaker, you can move to the top, and you can also change the size of that feature. So it really makes it much easier and convenient for any user, whether it be an educator or a student who would like to stand in front of the class to share, or maybe walk around on their iPad or device, or even work and present from their group if they're using Chromebooks, different things like that. And the link on the right-hand side gives you the support document with specific step-by-step instructions how you can make those changes. Okay, great. Your Arabic is really good, Mutassam. I'm really lucky to have you there translating for me. Thank you very much. All right, so the next item on the G Suite update is the collapsible text boxes in Google Sites. So for those of you who use Google Sites, Hiba, I know I was with you when you were trying to use that in class with your computing students, and definitely we're gonna make this available for you. So this will something you can use with your students, how they can insert text boxes that are now collapsible. So we talk about how much we want visually appearing on the Google site, or how much we want maybe in the style of a hyperdoc where things are expandable or things are just easier to view. So you're not viewing chunks of large information on the Google site. So this is really one nice thing that users can do now. They can collapse the text box, which will condense large blocks of text. So for example, like content and frequently asked questions, or help center pages, and helps people navigate and just do that whole scanning. So especially when we're supporting students with learning how to navigate through Google, do Google searches, use Google Scholar, and we teach them to scan and look for the relevant information. Well, now you are able to set up a Google site to allow them to navigate more easily through it. So yeah, that's an excellent feature that G Suite came out with. I'm really excited about that one. Another one that we're really excited about is the next one on the agenda, which is adding audio into the Google Slides. So audio in Google Slides was actually supposed to have been released back in April, where you may have an MP3 or an MP4 file or WAV file in your device or on your computer in your hard drive, and you want to embed that into the Google slide for auto playing during your presentation. So now, and I really like that about Google, actually, I have to be honest. Sometimes one of our biggest pet peeves as educators is that we're really quick to try new things, and that's really exciting and great, but sometimes it's really important to test it first. And make sure that it's going to work, hence my live YouTube session. So although we knew that Hangouts was working and Screen Share was a go, I hadn't actually done a live YouTube before, and then we had the delay issue and the technical issues. So it is a good point to try things out first, and I like that about Google because they obviously tested the feature and decided that they were going to delay their rollout of this feature that was supposed to go live in April, because they really wanted to tweak it and make sure that they had ruled out all the kinks and fixed any bugs so that users had a seamless and solid experience when they were inserting audio clips into Google Slides. So it's definitely good to go. I've inserted a little YouTube link there on the right-hand side to show you and users how that can be added. And I've also added a really good article from LifeWire if you'd like to read more about it as well. So that's really exciting. I think I'm most excited because in December, I'm rolling out a project at ICS for coding. I won't get ahead of myself. It's just a little bit further down in the agenda. But because this feature is available now with audio in Google Slides, it means that I'm able to add a backtracking or a different clip if I wanted to each slide as I'm introducing the coding competition throughout the school. So that's a pretty exciting feature. Again, it can be used by any users, by educators, by administrators, and by students, just to really heighten their presentation and make it more engaging for audiences. Okay, any questions about anything so far? Thumbs up from Heba. Thanks, Heba, for the support. Super happy to have you today. And hopefully there are some takeaways that you're able to use in the class, as well as the other educators with us. So back to the agenda. The next one on the list is the page numbers in Google Docs. So page numbers in Google Docs, there was an update earlier in the year where you could add word count, and page numbers has been there for a while. But with this update that just came out a couple of days ago, you can actually now customize specific sections of the Google Doc where you want to add page numbers and where you would like it to start counting from. So this is a really nice feature from Google Docs, the product from G Suite. The developers have added that. And again, we have an embedded link and the Google support file to support you if you'd like to see that in action. Normally in this live YouTube session, just so that you know, by the way, with the whole screen share, the idea is that we would actually share an update with you, and then we would demonstrate that update. So it's this webinar session is not just the leaders giving you information, but it's actually showing you how you can do this in your classroom with your students. So hopefully by the next time we have the live webinar, we'll be able to share all of this exciting content live with you so you can see examples together. Okay, the last G Suite update is the Smart Compose in Google Docs. So this is really exciting. G Suite often has new updates in the software, and sometimes they go through beta releases. For those of you who are new to hearing that term, beta, it means that there's a certain test group of people that are going to test the software and the program to see, you know, the user interface. Is it usable? Is it efficient? Are there bugs? Are there problems? And the people that participate in beta programs can then provide feedback to the developers so that they can improve it. It's always really exciting to be part of the beta program because you're one of the first users to trial it, and you can really experiment with innovative ways to use it in the classroom, so that by the time the feature actually rolls out for everybody, you can sort of be a digital leader in a sense, and support everybody else with creative ways that you've actually already experienced that in the classroom or in your organization. So if you are interested, the Smart Compose for Gmail, as I'm sure most of you on the call have experienced already, just means that while you're typing, it will auto-populate the remainder of your sentence or the next word for you. This is called Smart Compose. So they rolled that out for Gmail a while ago, and it's basically AI in action, learning about the things that you normally type and trying to help you complete your sentences for you. And clearly draft your emails much quicker. So they're bringing it into Google Docs, and it is a beta program that is available for Docs on the web only. So that means that it's not available yet for Google Docs as an app. If you would like to participate in the beta, then I have linked that into the description section. I definitely think I would like to be one of those people, so I'm going to be signing up for that at the end of the call. And that was just released a little earlier this week. So that brings us to an end of our G Suite updates. I did want to tell all of our viewers out there today that it's actually not all of the G Suite updates in its entirety for the month of November. Actually, there are quite a lot of updates that are also listed for administrator users and other members of the organization. I basically chose just some updates that would be helpful for educators, since that consists most of our viewers today. As the monthly webinar sessions grow, I would like to include those updates for the administrator users that will be on the call with us as well, because G Suite definitely has a lot of updates for all of their users. So hopefully that's been helpful for everybody. I see Mutassim is supporting my translation by text in the comment section, so thank you for that. And please do let me know also in the comment section if you found that useful, if you think that there are going to be opportunities for you to use any of those new features in your classroom. I think one of the most exciting things for this Google Educator group is the fact that we will be sharing and learning from each other. So we all will bring amazing new assets and side to education. And I think collaboratively together as a large group, when we bounce ideas off each other and share how we are using this in the classroom, then that will be how we will learn and grow together to spread that goodness. So definitely, please always share in the comments how you're excited or interested to use any of those new features in your lessons and with your students. Or it could be that you're a leader joining in and you'll be able to use any of these features in your team meetings or in your board meetings, presentations with other product partners. There are loads of options available. Okay, so that's it for the G Suite product updates. So we're going to move along then to the third section of our agenda, which is the Google Classroom tips and tricks. I think I'm most sad that I'm not able to share my screen with you, because I wanted to share examples from the Google Classroom of how you could actually use these tips and tricks with your students. So I'm going to make sure that everything is linked in, perhaps maybe with screenshots, so that you can go and check out the recording after. This Google Educator group agenda for today's monthly webinar series will remain viewable for you. So we will include screenshots to help you after, since I wasn't able to show you live today. Forgive me. Oh, you're welcome, Hiba. Thank you so much for joining. It's so exciting that we're able to get together, and that's just another amazing thing from Google, from G Suite, and also from Google for Education, that they have these amazing applications that connect educators and allow students to connect online when they're not able to be physically together. And I know I was talking with some of the other Google certified trainers like Mutassim, and I know Saja and Ryan were not able to join us this evening. They are two other Google certified trainers who are part of GEG Amman and who have helped us get started with our social media and are planning to support all of you amazing Googlers in the region. And so it's just been great, really. It's one way that we can come together from different schools in the region and share at a time from the comfort of our own home. So that's really good. So hopefully we'll be having guest speakers as well as we go throughout the year. Any of you awesome Googlers who would like to share are welcome to join us and do that as well. So we'll just move to the last couple of tips, not ticks. What's new for Google Classroom? The first link under the Google Classroom tips and tricks, really got to get that one straight, is actually the support file from Google Help Center on all of the new update features specifically related to Google Classroom. These are archived by month for you. If I click on the link and scroll all the way down, it goes all the way down to August 2014. So if you are an avid Google Classroom lover like myself, or you're interested to start using it, then definitely take a look at how it's grown. Or if you have any questions related to Google Classroom or a specific feature updates, then it's definitely a link that will support you with that. The second item in Google Classroom tips and tricks is organizing your Google Classroom with topics. So there are, I know that there are even teachers at my own school that I showed last week in one of the training sessions, some little tricks that you can do in the topic section, and they were like, oh wow, I had no idea. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do there, but basically under the classwork tab of Google Classroom, you can actually click on the create button and you have options. There's one called topics. So when you add a topic, you can then, when you create your Google Classroom assignments, you can assign it under each of the topics. It's really an amazing feature so that students, as well as educators, when you're in Google Classroom going through the stream, you could be there scrolling for hours trying to find what you're actually looking for. So this is a great way to keep your lessons and your resources and your materials all organized by topic. You could even assign titles by dates, or however, whichever method you want to organize your Google Classroom by into topics. And the best feature that they've just recently come out with this year is that you can actually take an assignment or a material, anything that's posted in the classwork tab, and you can actually click it and you can move it up, so you can reorder it. You can also click on the three dots on the right-hand side of a post, and you can actually move it all the way to the top in the stream. So that's really good. And from that same classwork page where you have the topics, you can actually highlight an assignment and click on the three dots in the corner, and it will actually give you a link. Came in really handy for myself today. I had to remind my form group to fill in a Google form survey at the end of the activity. So I sent them an email and I just had the link for the actual Google Classroom activity posted there. So it's not only taking them to the Google form, but it's also taking them to the entire lesson activity, so they have that context. So there's some really amazing features that Google intuitively sets up for educators to support that whole classroom flow process, to make life just a little bit easier for teachers, because we know how busy everybody is. Okay, so we're 2 minutes past 8. We're almost finished. I just have a couple more things to do. I went really quickly because I wasn't able to share my screen, and 30 minutes is probably definitely enough watching my face. So thank you for sticking with me for these 30 minutes. The last one that I wanted to bring your attention to, this is for any Google Classroom users that are not aware that Guardian Summaries exist. Guardian Summaries is basically a summary, as it says, of information that is sent to the guardians of the students in the Google Classroom. So that, in effect, would be the parents of the students that are inside Google Classroom. And administrators or teachers can definitely add the email addresses of parents into the Google Classrooms. The good news is that you only enter it into one classroom, and then wherever that student is assigned into a classroom throughout, let's say they're in secondary school and they have, for example, 8 Google Classrooms. So you would enter the guardian email addresses once, and Google intuitively, which is another thing I love, automatically inputs that data into all of the Google Classrooms that they're part of. So it's really nice. It saves a lot of work. You don't have to input it a lot. And what that means is that parents can then will receive an invitation to Guardian Summaries, and they can accept to receive either daily or weekly summaries of posts that are happening in Google Classroom. So it's a really nice way for teachers to be able to set flip classroom activities for the beginnings of lessons, or activities like group projects that will maybe take a week or longer, like a middle to long-term project, as well as weekly homework tasks or home learning tasks. And parents will receive a summary with exactly the task that was set on what date and the topic that it was set under. So it's another ideal scenario for topics to be used, because it helps parents as well to filter down where the assignments are going. And it tells them when the due date is. So it's a really nice way, even though parents are not physically able to be inside the Google Classroom with students and teachers, that they can still actually read what is happening in the classroom and follow up with their children to see how the learning is going, and ask them if they need support. Because although we want our students to feel independent and take accountability and responsibility for their homework, we definitely know that sometimes reminders are needed to support them at home with their home learning routine. So this is a really great feature that makes sure that parents are in the loop and still involved with Google Classroom throughout. So really, really love that. The last thing that I wanted to share with everybody is the tip of the month. I hope to have one every month. I'm really excited about the International Hour of Code. So for those of you who have been in education for a while, or in computer science, computing classes, creative media is the one that I'm involved in my current role as well, then you'll know that Hour of Code is coming up in the middle of December. So if you click on the CS First Code Your Hero link, it is a 1 to 1.5 hour, maybe even 2 if you're in primary school and you want to do it as a family project that you want to do together. You can use Google for Education's coding curriculum called CS First. This is absolutely phenomenally incredible coding video curriculum. I've seen a bit in my time, getting old now. And I have to say that Google is the most intuitive. I was part of the beta program when it first rolled out last year at a school I was working in another country, and the primary students that I was working with at the time in year 4 were just really tickled pink with it. It was so easy to use. You watch a little video blurb, you take a little survey, you can answer a question, and then you go and practice what you've learned in that couple-minute video in the program called Scratch. So everything is linked together for you into an activity that can be posted through Google Classroom. So it's really nice. Google's keeping everything together, and the UI, the user interface for CS First, is also super user-friendly, because it looks a lot like Google Classroom, so it's very easy to use. So my tip of the month would be to take a look at that now before the month of December, and see how you might want to inspire computer science with your students at your school. For the school that I'm currently working with, we are going to do a Code Ember competition for the whole school. So we took coding and we took December and we put that together for Code Ember. And in the first week, it's going to be design your own hero. So students can either take a hero that they love, or they can create a hero. So it's a really awesome chance for people to tie in global projects like global warming. Maybe you want to have an environmental hero. Maybe you have a focus on literacy at your school, and you want to have like a vocab hero, or thesaurus hero, or whatever the kids want to create. And the first week is all about designing. So we've actually also embedded the application from Adobe called Adobe Spark into that. So students will have the opportunity to design by drawing or painting their hero, maybe even making Play-Doh models. And then they can create either a Spark webpage or a Spark video to explain how they've created and designed their hero, and what is their hero's story. So every hero's got a story, right? So it's a really nice way for students to get creative and to share their story and really put student voice out there. In the second week of December, students will code. It will be a project that they can do at home, kind of like a challenge project, or that can be done with their parents, so it could be family also. As a Google certified trainer, I will be setting up the CS First sessions for all of the classrooms with little blurb post on their Google Classroom wall each week saying what the steps are. And then in the end of term assembly in week 3, we will choose winners that will be selected by the creative media team. So the experts in creativity and art will support with that. So we look forward to celebrating winners from each key stage, all the way up from foundation stage, all the way up to sixth form, which is 12 and 13, a couple of winners from each. So it's a really, really nice way to inspire creativity and innovation at your school, at the same time as embedding coding. Sometimes people have this prejudgment about computer science and how difficult it is, and if you're not a super mathematician that you can't do it, right? We've all been there. I'm one of those people. So as I was working through the beta program and working through this currently with classes at the school that I'm working at now, I kept thinking to myself, it would have been so awesome to have CS First when I was going through school and trying to really appreciate and develop a love for coding. So this is definitely something that you can inspire your students, a love of coding and a love of creative design. And who doesn't love a hero, right? So yeah, really exciting. So have a go with that, everybody. So that brings our GEG Amman first webinar to a close for what we wanted to share. And I just wanted to leave a couple minutes open at the end for questions and answers. So please, if you're following along and you have a question about anything that was shared in the agenda today, or you are doing something exciting at your school with Google and you would like to know something to support your use of any of the Google products at your organization, then please feel free to list your comments on the right-hand side, and we're happy to tackle those and discuss them together. So we'll just give a minute or two to do that. While people are thinking about their questions, time for the big announcement. Oh man, I so wish I could share my screen right now, because that would have been a brilliant finale to the call. So we would like to announce, GEG Amman, that we are going to have our first meetup, where all of you awesome Google educators will have a chance to meet in person and share some Google goodness together. It will be on Saturday, the 14th of December. So if you want to get a pen and paper, or use your Google Keep to take a note, or you have your Google Calendar open and you would like to slice the event in there right away, then it will be again Saturday, December the 14th, and it will run from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. This meetup will have a focus of sharing and collaboration, especially since we'll be all new together. So we're going to ask for volunteers who would like to stand up and share their Google experience together. Everybody will have 3 minutes to stand and share a cool Google feature or innovative way that they are using one of the G Suite for Education apps to inspire and to augment teaching and learning in the classroom. So really, really excited and looking forward to meeting everybody there. So please do mark your calendars, 14th of December, which is 2 weekends from now, I believe, and 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. So the sun will be out, it'll be a little bit warmer, and we will share the location and all of the rest of the details in the groups. If you have not had a chance yet and you would like to sign up for GEG Amman events, as well as be part of our Google group, I really wanted to share the screen to show you all of the different social media platforms we have going. I don't know if you have the links handy there, Mutassim, but if you do, maybe you could pop those in the comment section for the viewers. I've got the first one here, which is the GEG Amman registration form. It is a Google form, so that is copied there for you. If you would like to register, then you will receive updates, you have the opportunity to join our WhatsApp group, which is hosted only by the Google administrators to share events with you for upcoming things that are happening. We will also add you to the GEG Amman Google group, so you'll also get notifications, but we can also, it's like a question and answer section and a sharing of resources that are maybe more meaningful to our area, considering things that are going on in the country. And it's just a nice opportunity to share locally. So we have that. We've also opened up a Facebook group that you can join, which is GEG Amman. And we also have an Instagram, and we have a Twitter that we've just opened up this week. And I'd like to take the opportunity with that to give a massive shout out to the other 3 Google certified trainers who have been my backbone throughout this whole Kickstart process this month. So Mutassim, who has been typing his lovely Arabic on the right-hand side, kudos to that man, the first one that I met in the group actually, who is also leading at his school and opened up his own company, and I wouldn't be anywhere without his support. And also big shout out to Saja, who works for a Google partner company in the local region, supporting many schools around the globe, also fluent in English and Arabic, and is helping us with our Instagram account, as well as helping me with my translations until I get my Arabic up to par. So big shout out to Saja, thank you very much. And finally to Ryan. Ryan is joining us. He's currently working at a school in Amman, ACS, and he works with design and robotics and all kinds of awesome tech. So each one of the Google certified trainers in the region is definitely going to bring something unique to the table, and they've done so much to help get GEG Amman off the floor. So big shout out to the 3 of them. Thank you very much. And if you would like to be part of those groups to share resources, share things that are working, ask questions, network, be awesome Googlers together, then please do fill out the GEG Amman registration Google form in the right-hand side of the comment section to join those areas. And each of them will add you to the appropriate social media that you would like to be added to. So I think now that brings us to, where is the timer on this? There we go. 47 minutes of looking at my face, talk at you guys with all those awesome googly things. Heba, thank you so much for joining, and the other people for joining in with us and checking out GEG Amman. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Definitely with updated technical availability so that everybody can view the meeting agenda, and we can actually show you live examples in the G Suite for Education platform so that you can see how you can use these new updates in your classrooms with your students. We have a question on the side from Heba. The invitation for this meeting to save it in the calendar. That is a great question, Heba. We can absolutely do that. Actually, I think what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you and the rest of our viewers, I would like to test it with the other trainers again so that we can iron out the technical kinks and make sure that it's working. Once we know that the live stream as well as the screen share is working, then I will organize the webinars with links so that you can add them to your calendar. Thank you so much, Heba. That is an excellent suggestion. So yes, I will definitely do that. Please just give us another week to iron out the kinks so we can test that, and then I will share the YouTube live links with you. Thank you for the excellent tip. Are there any other questions before I call time and say good evening and good weekend to everybody? Any final questions? Please share as much as you want if there's anything that you're interested in seeing on these calls. We hope as we grow with Google around Amman, Jordan, that there will be an opportunity for various different events. We were even brainstorming possibly a conference in the spring Brainstorming is the key word, because obviously there's a lot to think about logistically, and I definitely need the team to support with that, because I'm new to the country, so I don't know too much of where to go for everything, so I'll be counting on everybody to help out. But this group is set up for all of you, so if there are things that you would like to support you with your rollout of Google at your schools and your classrooms, if you need extra training, if you want workshops, more webinars, less webinars, please do share your ideas. The agenda for today is currently set to view, I think. No, it's set to edit. So if you would like to add suggestions under the, I'll add another section then for ideas, suggestions, or comments underneath question and answers. And then if you change your mind and decide there are ideas that come up, I will leave that edit access open for another week, and then we will turn it into view access only. So thank you, Mutassim, and thank you to you for your awesome translation. It's so impressive. Hopefully you guys will get to hear Mutassim speak in the next one, or hopefully you'll all come and meet him at the meetup on the 14th of January. His English is incredible, and had he not told me that he could speak and write in Arabic, I wouldn't have had a clue. So very, very impressive bilingual skill. Thank you very much for your support. So I'm going to call it time there then for today. So thank you to all the Googly viewers that joined in locally and abroad, and we look forward to bringing you even better for next time. You may set your calendars for the next webinar, which will be at the end of December, but I think we'll wait until the meetup to hear from the viewers to see what date might work well in December. It's a bit of a tricky month with a lot of the international members flying out for the holiday season to be with their families, and it is vacation time for most schools. So let's chat all together when we meet up on the 14th of December to see what date might be a good option for the webinar for the end of December. Could be that it could be at the beginning of January or a little bit earlier in the month. So Heba, thank you so much for your support. What would I do without my viewers, right? That's amazing. Thank you for taking time on Thursday evening, the start of the weekend, to get your Googly on with us. So wishing everybody a wonderful holiday weekend. If you're an American educator that's joined in, then I should definitely say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And looking forward to seeing all of you on the GEG Amman social platforms and live in person to meet all of you wonderful people on the 14th of December. So thank you for joining, and catch you soon.